when you're developing an application, you'll get a lot of data in the database that's going to be fixed, and you really could call that information like setup table information, skeleton data. So this video is going to be on how to create database seeds that give you that skeleton for the application, so you can deploy the application and then deploy the seeds for the database, and then have the application be ready to use because you've already fleshed out all the skeleton information that's needed to run the application. So as an example, what we're going to do is we're going to make a database seed for our menus in this application, which is a whole bunch of information that is needed for our menuing system here. So we're going to do that. So to begin with, what we start with is there's this ability within Cake. So if we go bin Cake and we say bake a fixture, what it does, it says, okay, do you want to bake fixtures? And I'll just close all these old runners. So if you do this, notice it says that there's a whole bunch of tables you could bake a fixture for. So if I go menus, so I want to bake a fixture for the menus table and have a look at it, notice that it creates a fixture, but it gives it lorem ipsum text and there's one record in it. So what we can do is we can look at our help for this bake command, and we can see that we can select the number of records from it. By default, we can take records from the default connection, the default database connection, but we need to specify -r to generate that fixture based on records in the non-test database. So we can say the number of records, let's just make it ridiculously high, and then just say take them all from the production database and say all. And then you can see that our fixture now includes all the records from the database. Now that's very handy, because what we can do when we go to create a database seed is now copy that particular block of code, so the records, and then bin Cake bake and seed, and we want to create a menus seed for the menus table. And notice now that it's generated a seeds directory underneath the config directory, and now we have to replace the data array with what we have copied across from the fixtures. Fixtures array there, the records. So now we have a seed that really is exactly what's currently in the database for the menus table. Now, just so that we can see that it's changing, I'm just going to look for this labels menu here. So go labels menu and change that just back to labels. Maybe change the description as well. So now, and we can run this seed, but it's a good idea. We don't want to, if we try and run it right at this moment, because this seed specifies the IDs, so we'll have primary key clashes if we don't do this. But we just need to say table truncate, so remove all those current records. Now remember that it's labels menu at the moment, and now we'll run the seed, so migrations seed, and we can specify the seed name. And now notice we've run into a error because I've specified that incorrectly, so we just need to Now we'll get it right in a moment. Right, so it's blown up again. Now this is one of the challenges with auto-baked tables. Menus is not menus as. So we need to change that as well to make that in our seed to be the correct menu. And then we should now be able to run it and it will successfully apply to the database. Now if I reload now, notice it's now changed to the text that I made the change to. So that is how to take a fixture or bake a fixture and then use the fixture data from the production database to create a database seed that can give you a very quick application skeleton when you go to deploy your application.